I just paid off my house and retired. I'm ready for war!
This story can't be a good thing. I guess we should start off with the silver lining, which is that enlistment in our armed forces is at 103% across all branches. Partly driven by President Trump saying we're not going to do forever war, we're not going to waste your lives in vain. Pete Hegseth, esprit de corps with the troops, constantly out training with the troops. They tend to love the guy. I mean, whatever you think of Pete Hegseth, the enlisted actually really, truly love this man. And he's one of them. And so that's the good thing. Not in my lifetime or yours have we seen enlistment numbers for our military this strong. The 2025 numbers were incredibly strong. And now the Army has said, well, why not more? Army ups maximum enlistment age to 42. Relaxes rules on recruiting drug convicts. Can't be good. Let's see here. The U.S. Army has raised the maximum enlistment age to 42 and relaxed the rules on recruiting individuals with drug convictions as the service continues to widen its recruiting pool. The maximum age for eligible recruits is a bump up from the previous enlistment age of 35 and will go into effect on April 20th, according to Army regulation. The change comes amid ongoing U.S.-Israeli war against Iran. The minimum age to join the Army is still 18 years old. Those who are 17 need parental permission. The document outlines the prospective recruits do not need to secure a waiver if they have a conviction for possession of marijuana or possession of drug paraphernalia. So here you go. Increase the maximum enlistment age to 42. You can see it right here in the regular Army and Reserve Components Enlistment Program, signed by the Administrative Assistant to the Secretary of the Army. This is happening. U.S. Army increased the maximum enlistment age from 35 to 42. Also applies to National Guard. Is this a good idea or is this a bad idea? I don't know. A lot of people are saying, well, this means there's going to be a draft and they're going to take 42-year-olds. Soon they'll raise the age to 45, then they'll raise it to 50 and then to 60. And you think that's crazy, but Zelensky has allowed over 60s to enlist in the military. Ukrainians over the age of 60 will be allowed to enlist following the enactment of a law in wartime. It will start the enlistment age, and overnight it will flip to draft age, the same playbook as Ukraine. Are you getting it yet? So plenty of people dooming on this, saying that it's going to lead us into war with Iran. Military recruitment numbers are low. Enlistment age increased to 42. The draft may be next. Recruitment numbers are not low. Right? The government is waiving marijuana restrictions on 420. Okay. Boomers aren't quite done with effing over millennials. There we go. Not a good sign. Just walked out of the House Armed Services briefing on Iran. Let me repeat, I will not support troops on the ground in Iran, even more after this briefing. Oof. Okay. Not a great look. They want LeBron. Okay. Be in favor of that. Men under 42 should be familiarizing themselves with military draft and what their options are. Ooh. 70% of youth are unfit for military draft because of physical, mental, criminal reasons. On 9/11, since we didn't have school the next day, it was my friend's birthday. I asked if we could go out. Growing up on an island, going out meant finding a restaurant, worker to buy us beer. His response, "You're going to effing Iraq in 2 years. Do whatever you want." This reminds me of that moment. A lot of people did go to Iraq. Suit up Eric Trump. He's 42 years old. Okay. It's not the only Trump kid that a joke's being made about. WWE legend tells Donald Trump to send his son Barron, 20, to war after accusing president of staging the assassination. Oh my. So Jesse Ventura has said that he needs to send Barron Trump off to war, saying that Donald is a draft-dodging coward.
Thing as a leader, and you know this having been in the military, Trump wouldn't know it because he's a draft-dodging coward. But anyway, it's this. A war is justified if you're willing to send your kids. Because how can you send somebody else's kids to a war if you won't send your own? So I'm calling right now for Barron Trump. Donald Trump's son, after all, he's had 3 wives, he's had kids by each wife, and nobody's ever served in the military. To my knowledge, a Trump in the last 100 years has never done military service. Well, Barron, you can change that. Enlist in the United States military right now. Do something your father didn't have the courage to.
I mean, that'd be kind of based, honestly, to have Barron enlist in the military. Here we go. Fiscal year 2025 sees best recruiting numbers in nearly 20 years. Army, Navy, Air Force, Space Force, and Marine Corps had 100+% of their goals. Okay. Is there going to be a draft? U.S. military draft authorized in 2026. The chances of that have jumped. Obviously, the kickoff of the Iran war, they popped up to above 20%. Now they're jumping up above 10% again. Yeah, great. And this news also not great. Iran rejects Trump's peace plan as 7,000 strong U.S. ground invasion force masses on Tehran's doorstep. Okay. Let's see here. Donald Trump is massing 7,000 strong invasion force on Iran's doorstep after Islamic regime snubbed a 15-point peace plan in a series of ridiculous demands. Pentagon chief ordered 2,000 paratroopers from the 82nd Airborne Division to the Middle East last night to join 4,500 Marines who are en route to the region. The president is prepared to pull the trigger on a full-scale invasion of Tehran if it continues to rebuff diplomatic overtures, according to members of his inner circle. Trump has his hand open for a deal, and the other is a fist waiting to punch you in the effing face, a Trump aide told Axios. And the 15-point plan modeled after Trump's Gaza deal would require Iran to dismantle their nuclear and long-range missile capabilities, open the Straits of Hormuz, and abandon proxy terror groups. Yikes. Oil prices lurched wildly and have been tough on everyone. But the draft would be tougher than that. Draft would be bad. It would be the opposite, I think, of America First. And so we'll see what happens. It sounds like what President Trump is doing actually is doing everything he possibly can to avoid that within reason and not do, to close out the war. I think that's what they're screaming towards right now. I guess we'll see. Hit your boy Benny, like, share, and subscribe. See ya.